Alrighty. Just had to fine-tune a couple things in the background, but yeah. For this stream, we're going to do one of the other 3 paths in Indiana Jones and the Fate of Atlantis, because there's 3 paths that we could take. On my last broadcast, I did the team path and also completed the game. But for this one, we're going to do the Wits path, where we mostly just solve a bunch of puzzles with Indy alone. And then in the next stream, I'll probably do the Fists path, which also has some puzzles, but it also has some fist fighting sequences that can either be bypassed with a puzzle, or you just go in and punch people in the face. And probably on that Fists Path broadcast, I'll also show an alternate ending that this game has, depending on if you help out Sophia when she gets possessed in Atlantis. So, load up the save file that has our path choices, and I'm going to go with this first option right here, which will take me to the Wits path.
You're right. I better think this through alone.
I understand. Stay in touch.
Take care of yourself, and don't talk to any strange Nazis.
So long, Indy.
We will run into Sophia a little later on in the path, but it will be that late. And of course, all 3 paths go to similar locations, so we'll still run into like the same kind of people, but there are some slight variations. For the team path, we had to go to Algiers to pick up an item that would help us in Monte Carlo. For the Wits path, it's the opposite. We got to go to Monte Carlo first to get an item that'll help us get some progress in Algiers. So we shall head to Monte Carlo, and we're going to find Monsieur Trottier, who is this fella right here. We'll wait until he comes back. He's like the only person who wears that shade of brown out here, so he's kind of easy to point out.
Just a moment, please. Are you Alan Trottier?
Oh, perhaps. Who's asking?
I'm Dr. Indiana Jones of Barnett College.
Jones. I believe I've heard of you. Yes, of course, the famous archaeologist.
We still got a sweet talk our way with Trottier, just like we did in the team path.
Well, that's me.
And I am Trottier. Amateur scholar, part-time poet, professional dreamer.
The only difference, though, is that we're not trying to persuade him to go upstairs to see Madame Sophia. We're instead trying to see if we can get some information of Atlantis off of him.
What can you tell me about Atlantis?
Oh, that depends. To prove you're worth dealing with, answer me this. Why did the Atlanteans build their huge colossus?
For that question, we gotta use this answer.
To make themselves like gods.
Yes, excellent. Obviously, you know Plato's lost dialogue well. Personally, I doubt I can help you, but my name is recognized among dealers in antiquity. Maybe my business card will be of some use to you. Feel free to look me up whenever you're in town. And now, au revoir.
And there's the item we need. Just his business card.
It says A. Trottier, truly old antiques. Driver, to the airport.
Now we'll head over to Algiers. So with this business card, we may be able to get a visit with Omar Al-Jabbar. The beggar's still here, as per the team path, but he's completely useless. He won't help us out. You also notice the knife thrower is completely gone, and the grocer is closed down. In addition, there's random people walking about. So the place kind of looks a little bit more lively. We gotta head over here to this back alley. This guy doesn't look like Omar Al-Jabbar to in comparison to the team path.
Excuse me.
How can I help you, Effendi?
Are you Omar?
You mean Mr. Al-Jabbar? That is an also good one, Effendi. I'm his trusted servant, Paul Abdul.
Paul Abdul.
I'm looking for Atlantis.
Good luck.
That sums it up.
How much are those pots?
You must ask, you can't afford them.
Can you arrange a meeting with Mr. Al-Jabbar?
I suppose I could, Effendi, but my master rarely deals with clients in person. Why should I bother him?
I got something to sell.
Doesn't everyone? You'll have to give me a better reason than that.
You know, we can. Just need to give him the business card.
Excuse me.
Yes?
I think this may interest you.
Ah, the business card of Monsieur Trottier. That's different. Perhaps Mr. Al-Jabbar will desire to speak with you. Wait here until I get back.
But there's no sense to wait. We're going to chase after him. If we wait, then he just comes back after a couple minutes and says that he doesn't want to, that Omar doesn't want to talk to us. But we have to talk to Omar. So we're going to chase him by going to the city streets, and then we're presented with this. And we need to follow this flashing dot right here that sadly blends in with the crowd. Sometimes it blends in, sometimes it's noticeable. And we gotta follow him until he ducks into a building. Which that building will be Omar's house. This part can get difficult because the servant is easy to lose because of the fact that the dot is flashing. I think I'm almost about to lose him. Oh, there we go. Oh, no, there he is. Shit.
Hey, where'd he go?
Damn, missed him. He went into this building right here. Yeah, it is possible to track him down, but one option we can do, though, is that you'll notice this red dot. That's a man in a red fez. If we can meet up with him while he's in the market, we can run into him. And if we can sweet talk him into giving us that fez, we can give that to Paul, and that'll make him easier to spot. Just gotta wait until that red dot, actually. I am gonna try to see if we can get this fez. It'll make this section a little less of a headache. That and I like him. He's a happy fella.
Hum-de-dum.
Hum-de-dum.
Ya-da-da. Do-da-do.
He even spins it. He even spins the fez.
You there.
Hmm?
We want to compliment him on that fez.
Nice fez.
Why, thank you. Are you here for the festival?
For the festival. But we want to still mention about the hat. We don't want to talk about the festival.
No, that's quite a hat.
Do you like it?
It's better than a sharp stick in the eye.
Oh my, yes. Why does it attract you?
It's kind of festive.
Aha, you observe closely, my friend. With a fez, one becomes truly festive. Undoubtedly, you feel envy, no?
Well,
Of course you are, but there is no need. Here, take my fez and join in the festivities.
it's yours. Don't you need it?
Not anymore. The very act of giving it to you has lifted me to a higher state of festivity.
Say, thanks a lot.
Someday you'll understand.
There we go.
It's a painfully bright red fez.
head back to the back alley, we'll see Paul again. And I think we can give him the fez. We'll talk to him
Excuse
first.
me.
What is it now?
How's business?
Why do you ask? Just trying to throw your height around?
Huh?
Okay.
Excuse me.
What is it now?
Is there a festival around here somewhere?
Well, if there is, you can't prove it by me.
Nice place you have here.
Thank you, Effendi.
Yeah, we have to give him the fez.
Excuse me.
Yes?
I think this may interest you.
Why would I want a fez?
No woman can resist a man in a red fez.
I'm a happily married man, sir.
I guess we gotta sweet talk him into putting on the
Excuse
fez.
Yes?
I think this may interest you.
Why would I want a fez?
It'll make you look taller.
Really? I could be taller?
A veritable giant among men.
Let me see that fez. Why, I'm taller than you.
Quite a bit taller.
Thank you for making my life complete, Effendi.
My pleasure.
Well, there we go.
Excuse me.
What is it now?
Now we'll talk him into seeing
Could you
Al-Jabbar
go
again.
see Mr. Al-Jabbar again?
Well, now, since you have contacts among antiquities dealers, I guess I could see if he is available. Wait here until I get back.
Now that he wears that fez, we can easily spot him in the crowd. See, there he is. I think he still goes to the one house that we saw him dive into earlier.
The servant's ducking into that house.
Yeah, that's what I thought. That's the also option. If you actually do see the dot go into a particular house, you can try again and just simply hide out at that house.
I don't care who he knows. I don't want to see him, understand?
Yes, sir.
Aha!
Dr. Jones, I suppose. What an unpleasant surprise.
Shall I remove this peasant, master?
That won't be necessary, Paul. Now be a good lad and alert the police while I entertain our guest.
But...
We'll talk about your punishment later. Well, well, well. I had no idea the famous Indiana Jones was such a fool, traveling so far and risking so much in pursuit of a mere myth.
It's no myth, as you well know.
No? Let's talk it over. My house is your house until the gendarmes arrive.
Omar's not exactly as friendly in the Wits path.
Hey,
Yes?
you ever meet someone named Klaus Kerner?
I don't discuss my associates with anyone, Doctor. Least of all, you.
Nice house you have here.
And nicer the sooner you leave it.
Listen,
Yes?
don't you think you're in over your head?
My friends and I, we help each other, so watch yourself.
Can you help me find Atlantis?
I might as well help you find the moon.
Yeah, we won't get much information out of him.
Stop. Leave my things alone.
Sadly, if we try to look around,
Stop. Leave my things alone. Stop. Leave my things alone. Stop. Leave my things alone.
So we gotta put him in a position where he might be a little more inclined to talk. The police, he says, is coming, won't show up at all. We're gonna go over to this closet
Sliding
door.
with a latch.
Stop. Leave my things alone. Stop. Leave my things alone.
He'll actually go into the closet with us. Then if we close the closet door,
You can't do this.
now he's trapped.
May a goat be the mother of your children.
He'll throw threats at us.
May the sun addle your brains and cook your flesh. May you die without water, Jones. May scorpions pluck out your eyeballs. May the sun addle your brains and cook your flesh.
Hey,
Let me out.
will you stop taunting me?
I'll do better than that. Let me out, and I'll tell you all about my archaeological discovery in the Atlas Mountains.
Strong latch on your closet door, I notice.
Ha! I spit in your face. Patpui.
Hey,
Let me out.
what discovery?
The one the Germans are exploring. They're out in the desert right now, digging up an outpost of the Lost Kingdom. Perhaps the Atlanteans were establishing a settlement, or maybe they were fleeing for their lives. Let me out, and we'll discuss it.
Don't worry, Paul will let you out eventually.
You'll regret this, Jones.
No, we actually do want to let him out.
May the sun addle your brains and cook your... Thank you, Dr. Jones. I'll be back to tell you all about Atlantis as soon as I find out what's keeping the police.
And then that's it. He's not going to come back. But now we have free reign of his house.
It's a flimsy bamboo stick. Just a piece of bamboo.
It's a useful piece of bamboo. There's also a couple items here that we can pick up.
It's the stuff dreams are made of.
Like this blackbird
It's the
statue.
stuff dreams are made of. It's a cheap soapstone carving. It's a cheap soapstone carving.
Most importantly, though, we want to look at this hanging cloth
It's just laundry.
that's chilling right here.
Hey, this is no shirt, it's a map. I can't reach it.
Use bamboo stick with cloth map.
Oh, the stick broke, but I got the map.
And there's that rough map that he gives out in the teen path.
The only mark on this map is one big X.
Now we as you see in the background, we got some got a camel there. We could use that to head out. It's the same idea here as in the team path. We gotta visit nomad camps to figure out the location of the dig site. Except this time we're on a camel. And also, instead of a balloon, we have to contend with trouble. If we run into these guys, they'll try to detain us and send us back to Algiers. We want to try to avoid the trouble while making for the nomad camp.
Hey, I'm sorry, but your visa isn't valid for travel outside the city.
Sorry, it won't happen again.
You better not. Now get back to the city.
Yeah. Simply sends us back to the city, which is annoying. There are a couple paths in the mountains that we can take. There we go.
Hello there.
Salam, Effendi.
What do you make of this map?
This X is considerably to the south and a little to the west.
Thanks for the information.
Oh.
I'm sorry, but your visa isn't valid for travel outside the city.
How dare you stop me?
I'm a duly sworn officer of the Foreign Legion, and I stop anyone I please.
What would it take to forget we ever met?
Well now, that depends on what you have to offer.
We can give him one of these statues to shake him off.
Here you go, my man. A rare and beautiful soapstone statue.
Why, thank you. Go in peace.
There we go. I just gotta figure out. There we go. We can make it to this camp, no problem. The trouble's over there. Yeah, it's the same idea like in the team path. We're gonna talk to these nomads about this map, and they'll give us guesstimates as to where the X is.
Hello there.
Salam, Effendi.
What do you make of this map?
This X is to the south. That's about it.
Thanks for the information.
Cool. So we just have to go south from this screen. Over to this camp here.
Hello there.
Salam, Effendi.
What do you make of this map?
You're very close to the site.
Oh, that's good.
This X is slightly to the north and a little to the west.
Thanks for the information.
Yeah, the location of the dig site is random, just like in the other paths. It's that nice red X right there.
Looks like I lost those guys.
I like looking at the camel here because Indy says a whole bunch of descriptions about it.
Actually, I think it's more of a dromedary.
And then it says, look at dromedary.
You know, a camel is kind of like a big llama.
Look at big llama.
Or is that llama with 2 L's?
Llama with 2 L's.
Heck, I guess it's just a camel. I think I'll name him George.
Now it's George the camel.
Hi, George. Hi, George. Hi, George. Hi, George.
It's cute. Anyway, the dig site's over here on the left.
Look what I found. An abandoned dig site.
And if you go back to the desert,
Hey, my camel ran away. Or was he a dromedary?
there goes our camel. So yeah, if from the previous stream, if you've seen how the team path did the dig site, there's no longer a table or a pothole here. There's also really nobody in here. There's nothing really in the tents. As for the truck,
A hunk of junk. It's already closed.
and to open it.
There's a plug missing. It's missing a spark plug and battery.
Yeah, so now the truck, instead of it missing the distributor cap and a spark plug, it is now missing the spark plug and its battery. So we got to track those down if we're ever going to use this truck. Yeah. Oh, I'm sure George will be all right. Science. I'm pretty sure camels can survive the desert. Yeah. Thanks for Cricket tuning in, by the way. So now we're down in here. Of course, it's dark. Same idea. We have to feel our way like we did in the team path.
It's either a hose or a sleeping snake. I hope it's a hose. It's a hose. Feels like a clay jar. There's a coppery bead in here.
Oh, the jar had some orichalcum in it.
I have one bead.
Difference between the team path and the wits path here is that we don't have the peg that we needed to use. But everything else is still here.
Feels like a sharp stick of wood.
Like the clay jar, hose, and the ship rib. Except this time we now have some orichalcum. And we got the generator here.
It feels like a portable generator.
Which I think for this one we just simply have to turn it on.
I can't move it. Nothing's happening.
No,
Maybe it's out of gas.
It's out of gas. In the Fists Path, it's...
Now it's closed. Now it's open.
Yeah. In the Fists Path, you actually didn't have to do anything with the generator. To be honest, I don't really have much experience with the Sierra point and clicks. Mostly just the LucasArts ones. And yeah, I think the LucasArts probably had a little more leeway in their difficulty. I think it is possible to get game overs in the LucasArts game point and clicks, but yeah, I think if you compare them with the Sierra, the Sierra ones were probably a little more difficult. Anyway, we're gonna open up the truck's gas tank, and we're gonna siphon some gas out of it, which we use the hose and the clay jar.
That's enough. The jar is full.
Alright, now we'll head back down, fill up the gas tank at the generator, and then we can actually have some light down there.
I've emptied the jar into the pipe.
And there we go. Place pretty much looks no different than the team path.
It's a crumbling rock wall.
Still got our crumbling rock wall, which we can use the ship rib to clear it up.
There's a mural behind this crumbling rock. Who knows? Might have been a map to Atlantis, but now it's unreadable.
The difference, though, is that it's no longer a picture of the island of Crete with a hole in the middle. It's just simply a damaged mural. But then we got this mural of two ladies throwing a round object over an arc.
It's a painting of a chest or arc. I've seen that before. Is that a ball these figures are tossing around, or a stone disc?
We can push that round object.
Well, now, here's something the Nazis missed.
Which reveals a new little toy.
It resembles that statue Kerner stole from me.
If we now have an Atlantean artifact, which appears to be a horn.
It resembles that statue Kerner stole from me.
That looks like the statue from the prologue.
It resembles that statue Kerner stole from me.
So now, since
it's a generator,
pretty much done in here, so now we're gonna turn off the generator, give it an open, and we're gonna take one of those spark plugs. Now we'll head back over to the truck. We'll put that spark plug in, and then we still gotta figure out about a battery.
What do you know? A perfect fit. It looks okay, but it still needs a battery.
Well, we have obtained an Atlantean artifact, and we do got an orichalcum. What happens if we put some orichalcum in that statue?
Now the statue feels warm and tingling, especially around the horns. It resembles that statue Kerner stole from
Warm
me.
and tingly. Well, let's try putting that statue with the spark plugs.
I'll just touch the horns to the plug leads. Whoa, what a spark. What do you know? The engine started.
Well, there we go. Don't need a battery after all, just needed this guy. Now we can use the truck to get back to the airport.
I guess there's nothing left for me to do here, so... What's this, a telegram?
Oh, there's a telegram on the seat.
It reads...
Achtung, Kerner! Trap is set in Monte Carlo for Trottier. Stop! Fate is seance with Madame Sophia. Stop! Need you here soonest. Stop!
It's signed Uberman.
Ooh.
I better head for Monte Carlo.
Well, let's head to Monte Carlo, because apparently poor Trottier is going to get caught by some Nazis. We'll wait until he comes back. There he is.
Over here, Monsieur Trottier.
Yes, can I help you with something?
Be careful, Nazi agents are on your trail.
Oh, that's ridiculous. What would they want with me? Au revoir, monsieur.
Oh. It
Monsieur
may take
Trottier?
frequent
What now, Dr.
conversations.
Jones?
Are you here to see Madame Sophia?
Well, yes, I hear she's in town. I'm trying to work up the courage to propose my latest series of Atlantis to her.
What theory? I'd love to hear it.
It concerns the location of the lesser colony. Oh, very clever, Dr. Jones. I can see you're trying to goad me into revealing my secret knowledge of Atlantis. Well, it won't work. Au revoir, monsieur.
Just a moment, monsieur.
Oh, this is getting tiresome, Jones.
Monsieur Trottier, you're in trouble.
What makes you think so?
Listen to this telegram. Achtung Kerner. Trap is set in Monte Carlo for Trottier. Stop. Fate is seance with Madame Sophia. Stop. Need you here soonest. Stop. It's a Nazi plot. Take a look for yourself.
You don't fool me, Dr. Jones. You're just trying to scare me out of this key to fabled Atlantis.
Ooh.
But neither you nor the Nazis will ever wrench it from my grasp. You'll have to pry it from my dead fingers. Help me, Dr. Jones!
No, it would serve him right if I let him go. But I hate those Nazis.
That he does. Now we get to do a fun little mini game where we have to cause a car crash. Gotta chase after that red car there. Oh, that's loud. Oh, there we go. The sounds are glitching. There we go. Now that was quicker than expected. It usually takes a while for the car crash to actually happen.
What a mess.
Poor Trottier. He's still alright.
Hello, Monsieur Trottier.
Ugh. I'm just fine, thank you very much. Dr. Jones, you deliberately ran into the car.
Yes, I did, and I saved your life.
Give me a moment to collect my thoughts. I am very grateful, sir. You made me see that an old coward like myself cannot outwit the forces of darkness now gathering in Europe. But you, Dr. Jones, with your courage and persistence, you might yet succeed.
I'm out of ideas. I need some help.
You certainly do. Listen here. Recently, I acquired the Sunstone, one of the oddly shaped keys you will need. More important, I know where to find an entrance to the lost city itself.
Ooh.
Go on.
It's on the island of Serra, south of Greece.
Amazing.
Indeed it is.
You've read about the lesser colony in Plato's Lost Dialogue, have you not? Of course. Of course. I'm convinced Sarah is the lesser colony, and I believe it's the way in. I give you this information in heartfelt gratitude. I give you the Sunstone as well, but I don't have it anymore.
Oh dear.
Don't tell me you let the Nazis take it. Never. I threw it out of the window during the chase. That was pretty fast thinking. Oh, you flatter me, Dr. Jones. Where did you throw it? It was near Avenue Victor Hugo et Rue Aubergine. Could you repeat that? French names give me fits. Better yet, I'll write it on this telegram. Here. Thanks. Good luck and Godspeed in your search.
Now we gotta go all over Monte Carlo and track down a rock. And we do that by looking at these street signs.
I'm at the corner of Boulevard Napoleon and Rue Bernays.
And we have to compare it with the telegram.
It says Avenue Victor Hugo and Rue Aubergine.
Yeah, so we're nowhere near that. So basically we're going to click all the way, all over Monte Carlo, and got to find these street corners.
I'm at the corner of Boulevard des Guerres des Étoiles and Rue Lumière.
Yep, that's not the place. And then we got to compare them with the telegram, which that's where we'll find the Sunstone somewhere. Let's try this one right here.
I'm at the corner of Avenue Milburn and Rue Picard.
Nope. That's not the place.
I'm at the corner of Avenue Milburn and Rue Truffaut.
Oh, that's not the place either. The address is random with every playthrough. Let's try down here.
I'm at the corner of Avenue des Briques Jaunes and Rue Saint-Nom.
Nope. That's not the place either.
I'm at the corner of Avenue des Briques Jaunes and Rue Truffaut.
Okay, so we gotta go probably to the other side of Monte Carlo here. Actually, it could be here, could it not?
I'm at the corner of Avenue Descartes and Rue Montgolfier.
Nope.
I'm at the corner of Boulevard Napoleon and Rue Hollandaise.
I don't even think these are real street names.
I'm at the corner of Avenue des Trois Bois and Rue Framboise.
Actually, let's try this corner over here.
I'm at the corner of Avenue Renoir and Rue Aubergine.
Oh, there's one of the
It
roads.
says Avenue Victor Hugo and Rue Aubergine.
So we're on the right 2nd Street. We just need to find the other street, which is probably here, I think. Oh, this one doesn't have a street post. Okay, we'll double check another one here.
I'm at the corner of Boulevard des Guerres des Étoiles and Rue Aubergine.
Okay, it's definitely that intersection here that doesn't have a street post. So now we gotta look in these drains and see if there's something in them.
I see something down there.
Open the drain.
I got it!
There
It's
we
a
go.
small wheel-shaped stone carved with solar images.
We now have the
It's a
sunstone.
stone disc with solar images carved into it.
And we're done here in Monte Carlo.
Driver, to the airport.
So now we can head to Thera, where we'll probably get some more information about Atlantis, and also discover the lesser
Well, here I
colony.
am on Thera.
This one's a new area that only the Wits and the Fists Paths actually use in their paths.
Hello there.
What do you want?
Are you in charge around here?
Make me squeak. I'm a busy man.
Do you have any charter planes?
Not the what? Son.
Yeah. He's not particularly helpful.
It reads one standard observation balloon bladder. This is a big basket.
We're gonna head up over in here. Just keep the bladder and the basket in mind. There's a nice pretty landscape here. There's a gap, notch, and cleft in the mountains. One of these will lead to where we need to go.
Nothing here.
Nothing in the notch. Let's check the gap.
Nothing here.
Okay, it's gotta be the cleft. There we go.
This looks like a natural gas fissure. It's a plain old empty wooden box.
And we can close it too, which will reveal this invoice.
It's an invoice for an observation balloon bladder.
Oh, there we go. That balloon bladder's now ours. We just have to present that invoice to the Port Authority. But first we're going to hide in here. Check out this little cave. Oh, that's an interesting little doorway. Here's an entrenching tool.
It's a military entrenching tool.
That should be handy. Nice little... Oh,
What's that? Uh-oh, something must have caved in.
oh dear. Oh, there goes that door.
It looks like the passage caved in.
Well, let's go if we can get that entrenching tool. But we're not going to worry about that just yet. We still got this door to look at.
Passageway, if there ever was one, has been walled off. It's a heavy bronze door.
Notice that when we open the door, this secret compartment closes. You close it, the compartment opens.
There's some sort of spindle in there.
We could put the sunstone in there. And then, if we consult the Lost Dialogue of Plato, and turn to this paperclip here, this tells us how we can arrange the stones so we can progress. So for here, at many outposts, a sunstone specified, if sunset made the tall horns red. So then we look at the sunstone on the peg, and we get to turn the stone so that it's on one of these markers. As per the dialogue, we need to set it to setting sun and align it with the tall horns, and then we press the spindle. Something clicked inside. Pick up that sunstone, open the door. Oh. Okay, I guess we had to keep the...
Passageway, if there ever was one, has been walled off.
Oh, okay. Guess we had to keep the stone in there. So now we gotta do it over again. Yeah, there we go. We had to keep the stone in that compartment. What happened is that a carved sign suddenly appeared inside the doorway.
There's an inscription in some ancient language, but I can't read it.
Let's pick her up. Could be useful. We'll retrieve our sunstone. Now we'll deal with that caved-in door, which will first open the trenching tool.
There's a note wedged in here.
Oh.
Indy, I know you'll find this sooner or later. The Nazis have kidnapped me. They must have found something because it looks like we're leaving soon. Hurry, I need your help.
It's signed Sophia.
Oh. Looks like the Nazis have gotten Sophia. And we'll use this trenching tool to get that
Gotta
door
get this
unlocked.
door unblocked.
Oh, no you don't. I've had enough.
Please, madame, let's try to be civilized about this, shall we?
Colonel, don't shoot her! We may need her in the Lost City!
Don't enter.
Somehow Kerner got the jump on her, and now he's got Sophia.
Indeed. We're gonna head back to that Port Authority. Because now we've got an invoice, and that will help us get a balloon bladder, which we might find a use for it. We will be returning to that dig site shortly. There's also a fish net here that we can pick up.
It's a lightweight fishnet.
Take that. We can't pick up the basket just yet because this guy will throw a hissy fit and says it belongs to the store. But we can't ask him about it.
Say,
What now?
I'd like to claim my balloon.
You have the invoice, of course.
Of course.
Everything seems in order. The balloon is yours.
There we go. We now have the balloon.
Hello there.
What now?
Now we'll inquire about that basket.
Do you know anything about Atlantis?
You mean about Vera as a colony of the Lost City? Sorry, can't help you.
Yet he knows.
Any sign of a German U-boat?
In these waters? Not in my life.
Can you book passage for me on the next boat?
Bad news. No boats, no planes until next week.
Rip.
Isn't there any way off this island?
Unless you grow wings like Icarus, I'd say you're stuck.
Excuse me.
Talk to me later. I'm busy right now.
Oh, okay. We gotta try to pick up the basket then so we get him talking about it.
Excuse me, you can't take that. It belongs to the store, and the store belongs to me.
Now we can offer him that sign that we found in the doorway
Would you
for it.
accept this ancient sign for the basket?
Well, let me see. My, this is a fine, perfectly preserved inscription in Minoan hieroglyphics.
Never heard of them.
Lucky for you, I'm completely fluent. Listen. Road closed for repairs. Travelers with alternate routes from Greater Colony on Crete.
That's it. The Greater Colony. Kerner's on his way to Crete.
Well, basket is yours. Excuse me, I must study this further.
Now he's gone for the rest of the game. And now we have a basket. Now we need to go pick up our balloon by opening this crate.
It's the gas bag for a balloon. It's a lightweight fishnet. This is a big basket, big enough to hold a person.
Yeah, so since we apparently have
It's the gas bag for a balloon.
a balloon, basically just by looking at these three pieces, you could probably figure out that you can make a makeshift hot air balloon from them. Like if we use the fishnet with
I'll
the
tie the ends
basket,
of the fishnet to the basket.
and then use fishnets tied to basket with
I'll
balloon.
harness the balloon with the fishnet.
There we
It
go.
just needs to be inflated.
And to get it inflated, we have to head back to that fissure over at the dig site. Then we can use our good old hose.
What would I do with a hose spewing natural gas?
Oh, okay, other way around. We gotta put the hose into the deflated balloon rig.
Now it should be possible to inflate the balloon.
And then use the balloon rig for the vent.
It's a long shot, but here goes. I ought to be featured in Modern Mechanics for this.
And then we can use the balloon. Gets us off Thera. Now, just like back in Algiers in the team path, we now have to control this balloon by venting hydrogen, which allows us to descend in a counterclockwise direction, or drop ballast, which allows us to ascend in a clockwise. First, we want to put ourselves down a little further. Actually, I want to bring it back up so that way we were fast. We're not necessarily going to Crete on this. We're instead looking for this sub. We gotta try to land on that sub. Thankfully, it stays in the same screen. There we go.
Fucking thorn in his back. Oh. Demon. Hey.
He's trying to stop us.
What do you know? The clothes almost fit.
There. Now we've stolen the guy's clothes and we can blend in with the ship crew.
Fearsome.
Look at indie wear trademarked by Lucasfilm.
Now they say clothes make the man.
I like that little description there. Oh, hey, Wizard. Thanks for cricket tuning in.
It says Flugeldoofel. I'd better not play with these controls. Who knows what they might do?
Yeah, we can't manipulate the sub like we did in the team path. Nor can we use the intercom. But we can go below deck without having to distract anyone.
It's a pretty strong piece of twine.
Yeah, there's two suspicious fellows in the Twitch chat tonight.
It's a pretty strong piece of...
Here's the captain berating these two guys.
Boy, is this rag greasy.
We can eavesdrop here.
A source of power greater than any known to man!
And soon we'll have it in our grasp. Now, Miss Hapgood, it's time to share your knowledge.
Not on your life, jerk.
It's your life we're talking about, Fraulein, so... It's a greater calling. Plato's lost dialogue.
Lips are sealed.
Atlantis.
Sophia? I guess she doesn't dare. It doesn't look that strong to me.
Plato's lost dialogue.
Close that trapdoor. So we get... Oh, why are you glowing up? I didn't even click on the ladder. Get back down there, you. I'm gonna ignore that guard for a second, and these lockers we'll tend to later.
I'll bet it's hard as a rock.
Let's make a sandwich. We pick up this
I'll
bread.
take a couple of slices. They've just about got themselves a delicatessen here.
Pick up the
Don't
cold
mind if I
cuts.
do.
And then we can use the bread with the cold cuts.
It's a sandwich worthy of Dagwood Bumstead.
And then we can use that sandwich to finally have Indy eat something. Probably is hungry up at this point.
It's labeled Ausgeschnitzel. It's labeled Krauske-Farben.
Krauske-Farben.
It's too complicated to figure out. Nothing happened. It's a bundle of tangled wires.
Basically, we gotta explore around until the ship moves or something.
Back to your station, Herr Lieutenant. I am reprimanding these men.
Aye, aye, Captain.
Yeah, so we definitely can't access that part until he finishes up.
It's a padlocked wheel of some sort. You there.
Sir?
Or what are you doing here, soldier?
Can you believe it? Colonel's got me guarding a rock. Not that I'm complaining, mind you, but I should have gone off duty hours ago.
Let's give him a reason to go off duty.
What do you want?
You look hungry.
Now that looks tempting. I couldn't possibly take yours, though.
Well, why don't you make your own? I'll cover for you.
Would you?
Sure.
Thanks.
And there he goes. Now we can happily help ourselves to these lockers.
It's a stone disc with lunar images carved into it.
Now we have the Moonstone, in addition to some torpedo instructions.
It's a pamphlet entitled Torpedo Launch Instructions.
These will be needed very soon.
The sub's changing course.
Ah, there we go. There. Now we're at Crete.
I can't believe you lost the Moonstone!
Relax, Herr Doctor. We'll find it. We can't allow petty theft among this scurvy crew to stall our expedition.
And if Fraulein Hapgut fails to find an alternative?
I'm not worried. She'll come through.
You should live so long.
She can't help herself. She wants to find Atlantis as badly as we do.
I'd better get myself out of here.
Yeah. Problem is, though, we have a guard up here now.
No naval personnel on deck, sir. Kerner's orders.
Stand aside, soldier. I'm an officer.
I have orders to shoot.
Oh, my mistake.
Yeah, we definitely can't get out through the proper way as long as that guard's there, but we can't deal with the guard right now. We have to find an alternate method of getting out of here. We're going to pick up this oily rag here. That'll be handy. One thing to note is that we did get some torpedo instructions. Pick up this clothesline
I'll just
too.
dump these wet clothes on the floor.
So perhaps we could consider using the torpedo bays as a way to get out with the submarine. But we can't. But one thing you'll notice that on these torpedo bays, there's some problems with the wires.
It's a bundle of tangled wires.
Like if we use the torpedo instructions to prime
Okay,
this,
it's ready to fire.
and if we push this,
Whoa, sparks.
yeah, this one's malfunctioning. We could use the torpedoes at the other end of the sub, but the captain's there, and he's kind of preventing us from doing so because he's too busy yelling at the other two guys. But if we put this oily rag on those wires
Let's put it to good use.
and push the lever,
Uh-oh.
What's that smell?
this causes all the guys to get over there.
That ought to hold them for a while.
The electrical malfunction is worse than we thought, men. No one is leaving until we make all necessary repairs.
Aye, aye, Captain.
That's exactly what happens. Now we're gonna get out, and now we have access to the stern torpedoes, which we'll use those to get out. First, we'll use the torpedo instructions,
Okay, all I have to do is push the lever.
then open the torpedo tube. Now we can crawl into the torpedo tube, but then there would be no way for us to pull the lever. And that's where this clothesline will come in handy.
I'll tie the clothesline to the switch.
There. Now before we actually go in there and fire ourselves out, let's get changed.
Might as well.
There we go.
There's a little tag on the collar that says
Whiteman Holtz. Now go into the torpedo tube. Close the latch. And then pull
better
the
open the door.
clothesline. Oh. There we go.
I hate getting wet.
You'd think getting fired at a torpedo tube would actually hurt or something. Here we are at the greater colony of Crete now. In the team path, we had to go all the way over here first and looked at the ruins of Gnossius, but in this path, we do not need to bother with the ruins. Because the reason to bother with the ruins was to get the Moonstone, but we have the Moonstone now. So all we can do now is put these stones in this pedestal, and then consult the lost dialogue of Plato as to how we need to position the Moonstone, with the sun dying as a new moon is born. So we gotta push the sunstone to setting sun, and then the moonstone to new moon, aligned with the tall horns. Push the spindle.
What do you know? A secret door.
And there's our door. Pick up the stones, because we don't want to leave those behind. Those are important.
So, the legend of a labyrinth hidden under the ruins of Knossos is true. The legend of Atlantis isn't any more far-fetched. Maybe it's true, too. I'll bet the last stone disc and Atlantis are waiting for me somewhere beyond that door.
Indeed. And here's going to be, it's no different than the team path. We still need these.
I can't pick that up.
Still need these heads. But if we take that third head, there'll be a gate down here. Hot Atlantean sea bitches where? Soon, wizard. Soon. Spoilers, there aren't any. But yeah, if we take that third head, the gate will close. So in order for us to get that head, because we do need that bust, we have to use the whip to hit it from this side. The downside, though, is that we're now locked into the labyrinth. But we need these 3 heads to progress anyway, so... yeah, and it's pretty much just a labyrinth, a lot of holes and doorways to go through. I already explored most of this area on the team's path. Here's a noteworthy area that we will bother with soon. Actually, we need to bother with it now, because there's an item down below. This platform here is actually an elevator, but we need more weight on it to make it go down.
For all I know, it's the original Minotaur. I used to wonder why the Minoans were so obsessed with bull-headed figures. Come to think of it, I still wonder. It looks a bit wobbly.
Let's use the whip on that head. There, now we get enough weight on this platform for it to go down.
It's an elevator. Wait, that was my ride.
Here's a familiar fellow.
It's our old friend, Professor Sternhardt. Looks like he's starved to death. I guess he knew a lot more than he let on, but not enough to find a way out of here.
Yeah, the guy we met back in Tikal who swiped the World Stone from us, which just so happens to be on the ground here.
It's the World Stone that Sternhardt swiped in Tikal.
There, now we have all 3 of the stone discs. In addition, there's also a walking staff that we'll need later. And there's also a wool scarf.
It's a wool scarf. Hey, there's a rubber comb in here.
Which happens to have a rubber comb stuck in it. And Sternhardt here is also holding a note.
It says,
I am convinced the map room is somewhere among the upper chambers. I believe that static electricity will respond to orichalcum, but since I'm trapped down here, I'm not sure whether I have all the pieces for a makeshift detector or not.
Too bad for Sternhardt. He came a long way.
Yeah. The note mentions about an orichalcum detector. In Plato's Lost Dialogue on this paperclip here, it mentions in this entry, wise men carve strange devices out of amber to search for orichalcum, but only Atlantis ever yielded a supply. But the note mentions that static electricity works just as effectively. So we can use the wool scarf with the rubber comb.
The comb's charged with static electricity.
And suddenly the comb is now charged with static electricity.
It's a static charged rubber comb.
But we can't really use the comb effectively. But we can also use this twine with it.
Okay, I've tied the clothesline to the comb.
And then if we use it...
It's not pointing anywhere.
Now it's an orichalcum detector. Yeah, I was wondering about that. Don't worry, I allowed both of the messages, yeah. I don't know why orichalcum is a bad word, but yet hot Atlantean sea bitches. It's probably because of the word "come" in it, in orichalcum. But you are right about that, though, Wizard. Orichalcum is underrated. Would be nice to see more games using it. Don't think there's anything in this door. Yeah, there's still this gate, pulley, and a hole, but we can't do anything with that. This is team path only. Oh, and I just noticed in my chat log here, Wizard, when you mentioned the second one. Oh, okay. Fun fact, in Blood Bowl you cannot name Rasputin. Oh, okay. Well, that's a shame.
How nice. Wait, there's a chain running up behind the waterfall. It must be holding the elevator's counterweight.
Ooh, let's use that chain, because that's how we can get out of this area.
Ouch. I hate getting wet.
Okay, now we want to avoid that middle platform so we don't go down again. And now you'll notice this little shelf here. That's where we could put these busts.
Imposing. Daunting. Imposing. Hey, regal. Hey, not bad.
Now we can go into that door. So then we'll go up to this hole. Which will take us over here. We need to cross this area, but there's no platform here.
It's a shaft plunging into the darkness. It's a wedge that keeps the counterweight from
The
sinking.
Minotaur was real, and she's hungry for Indy. I think this will be able to
The
detect
comb's
something.
charged with static electricity. It's pointing at that gold box.
Ooh, there's orichalcum where this box is.
Can't reach it.
But we can't reach it because there's no platform here. We're going to use this staff to get rid of this chalk.
There, the counterweight is free.
Now we're going to head down. And then we come here. Here's the platform we need.
It's a shaft rising into the darkness. There's a small cleft here.
Let's jam this staff into the cleft.
Going up?
And there we go. We're now crossed. Now we can claim this pretty gold box.
It's a gold box. There are 2 more beads underneath it. I'll take them too.
Comes along with 2 beads for orichalcum.
It's a gold box.
The thing with this gold box is we can open it,
It's an empty gold box with a lead lining.
and we can put the orichalcum in here.
The orichalcum is now in the box.
And if we close the box, the lead lining will prevent the orichalcum detector that we have here from detecting whatever orichalcum that we've got.
The comb's charged with static electricity. It's not pointing anywhere. There must not be any orichalcum nearby.
Yeah. We have 2 beads, but they're in this box. Yeah, so we'll have the orichalcum in here so that way the detector doesn't get thrown off. Now here we got an interesting little gadget.
It looks like a larger version of the statue Kerner stole.
Not really. It looks entirely different to that. Okay. See that there's an open hatch in here.
Looks like there's a part missing.
A part, eh? Let's open our Tiny Mino girls. Oh, you guys. Oh, we got this statue. Maybe that might actually put that in there.
I'll just put it in here. It fits.
Oh, look at that. Let's use some more calcumin on that statue now. Whoa. Whew. Just bore a hole right into the wall. Well, let's go in there.
Well, either Atlantis is a lot smaller than I thought, or I found some kind of map or scale model. Laid out just as Plato described it, in 3 concentric circles.
Yeah, we've now found a scale map of Atlantis.
I don't see anything.
Oh, and then we just went back. Yeah, the LucasArts logo is shown in the... Shown right there, yeah. Yeah, LucasArts likes to throw their logo or throw up the Max's head in some of their games. Alright. No, you sadly can't click on it or anything. It's just there, which is a shame. It would be neat if he did. So yeah, you'll notice that there's a bunch of doors in the background. This door is where we come out from the team path. While these 3 doors that have a moon, an earth, and a sun here, they open depending on which path that we're currently on. The team path opens up this door. The Wits path will open up this door here, and the Fists path will open this. Which then this door right here, that's where you'll come out from the Fists path. And of course, in the middle we got a nice little spindle.
Looks like it was made for the stone discs.
Which we will go ahead and put the stone discs in. Then we got to consult Plato's Lost Dialogue. A world stone was required as well, with darkest night soon to rule the western sea. So that means we gotta put the sunstone to setting sun, moonstone to new moon, and the world stone to west sea with the tall horns. Click on the spindle. And there we go. Make sure we pick up these stones because they're still important. And we'll head into the door. It sadly leads to something of a dead end. But in this room, if we close our gold box, charge up our orichalcum detector,
The comb's charged with static electricity.
and then use it,
It's pointing toward that door on the right.
okay, so we'll go back to that dead end.
The comb's charged with static electricity.
Oh, no, not leave the area.
It's It's pointing at those bones on the floor.
Oh. What's in the bones?
There are 2 orichalcum beads in these bones. I'll put them in the box too.
Oh, there we go.
The comb's charged with static electricity.
We'll use the comb again in this area.
It's pointing toward that blank wall in the back.
This wall.
It seems to be crumbling a bit.
If it's crumbling, let's... we can either use the ship rib or the entrenching tool. I'll use the entrenching tool.
Look!
Oh, a door.
It's another orichalcum bead. I'll put it in the box too.
Now, here's an impressive looking find. A subway car.
She's a beauty. Looks like it goes on for miles.
Indeed.
It looks hungry.
Well, let's feed it some more calcum.
Looks like I've started this thing.
And there goes.
Ow. Amazing. I must be hundreds of feet below sea level, yet there's enough air pressure to keep the water out. It's impossible. Except if that were really true, I'd be dead.
Yep. We're now underwater, and this archway is keeping the sea. There's enough air pressure to keep the water out. And again, it's all pitch black here.
It feels like a ladder.
Let's pick that up. Walk over to here.
It feels like a steep, rocky incline.
Use that
The ladder is in
ladder
place.
on that incline. Climb up. And then there's some things that we can feel around here. We got a metal slab,
It feels like a metal door.
which is a door.
It feels like a statue.
A statue here, and then there's should be a box
It
here.
feels like a stone box.
And we'll open that box.
open. It's a metal rod with an opening on one end.
Pick that up. Use some more calcum in there, and we have light.
It's closed.
And that is sadly the end of the Wits path, because we are now at the convergence point when all 3 paths end. What we have to do now is put the stones into this spindle, put them into a special configuration, which will then make the mouth open, which then if we put orichalcum in there, the door will open and we can enter Atlantis, because that's where we are right now. But since I already did that last stream with the team path, so there's really no need for me to do it on this. So I'm gonna save here. Put that on the main 2, yeah, that one. Jeez, I've got plenty of time. I might consider actually doing the Fists path for this stream. Might as well. So I'll load back up to here. And I'm going to choose this option right here, which will allow me to go to the Fists path. Middle one would take me to Team path, which I already streamed, and this would take me to the Wits path, which I've just now completed.
I'd rather go into action by myself.
Are you absolutely sure?
Yes, I'm sure. I want action.
Okay, if that's how you feel, I won't try to stop you.
Take care of yourself. Don't talk to any strange Nazis.
So long, Indy.
Alright. So with the Fists Path, there are some puzzles to solve similar to the Wits Path, except there will be situations where we may need to fight people in a fist fight. I wonder if this version... Yeah, I'm not sure if keyboard fist fighting is going to work in this, because in this game you can either fist fight with the mouse by clicking on your enemy or yourself to punch or block, or you can use the number pad to punch and block depending on which direction Indy is facing. So I'm not sure how the fist fighting is going to work on Scum VM, but we'll see. Okay, now where do we need to go? I'm trying to think here. Do I go to Algiers first or Monte Carlo? No, actually, we do want to go to Monte Carlo because it'll be the same situation with the Wits Path. We need to go to Monte Carlo to find Trottier, and then we need to get his business card, which will allow us to get a visit with Omar Al-Jabbar. And there's Trottier right there. I'll just go ahead and bug him.
Are you Alan Trottier?
Oh, perhaps. Who's asking?
I'm Dr. Indiana Jones of Barnett College.
Jones. I believe I've heard of you. Yes, of course, the famous archaeologist.
That's me.
And I am Trottier. Amateur scholar, part-time poet, professional dreamer.
I've heard you deal in Atlantean artifacts.
Aha, my reputation precedes me. To prove you're worth dealing with, answer me this. What was Plato's great error?
We want to pick this one for this question.
An error of distance.
Oh, no, you're just guessing.
Oops. Guess that wasn't the one.
Just a moment, monsieur.
Get your butt back over here.
Back again, Dr. Jones. What now?
Oh, I was pretty certain that was supposed to be the
I've heard
one,
you deal
but
in Atlantean artifacts.
Aha, my reputation.
I guess I just don't get that question all that often.
To prove you're worth dealing with, answer me this. What was Plato's great error?
Thankfully, he asks the same question. Oh. Pretty sure it's translation.
An error of translation.
Yes.
There we
excellent.
go.
Obviously, you know Plato's lost dialogue well. Personally, I doubt I can help you, but my name is recognized among dealers in antiquity. Maybe my business card will be of some use to you. And now, au revoir.
There we go. We got no business in Monte Carlo now, so we'll head out.
Driver, to the airport.
Head over to Algiers. Which sadly here is the same case in the Wits Path. We gotta go over to Al-Jabbar's shop here, which will run into Paul again, except Paul will already be wearing a fez, which makes him easier to point out.
Excuse me.
How can I help you, Effendi?
Are you Omar?
You mean Mr. Al-Jabbar? That is an also good one, Effendi. I'm his trusted servant, Paul Abdul.
Well, thanks for tuning in, wizard.
Can you arrange a meeting with Mr. Al-Jabbar?
I suppose I could, Effendi, but my master rarely deals with clients in person. Why should I bother him?
I've got something to sell.
Doesn't everyone? You'll have to give me a better reason than that.
Oh, well, we can. We got a business card.
Excuse me.
Yes?
I think this may interest you.
Ah, the business card of Monsieur Trottier. That's different. Perhaps Mr. Al-Jabbar will desire to speak with you. Wait here until I get back.
Except he won't come back with good news, so we're gonna chase after him. Now in the Wits path, we had to do this again, but he was harder to point out in the crowd, because when we go to the city streets, you can see that it can be hard to see him. But in the Fists path, he's wearing a bright red fez, which helps point him out in the crowd. So we just gotta follow him until he ducks into a house.
The servant's ducking into that house.
There we go.
I'm getting impatient.
Master will tell.
We're gonna save here because we have just encountered the first fist fight of the Fists path. Let's see here. Let's make a new save.
You nothing.
Hideous torture.
Not for all the stars in the sky.
Now there's one thing to note about the Fists path. There are many situations where we have to end up in a fist fight, but most of those fist fights can also be avoided by doing a small puzzle.
Impatient.
Now we can either walk in and piss this guy off into a fist
What do
fight,
you know about Atlantis?
or we can use the whip
Not for all the
on this
riches in the
hanging
world.
crockery, which will cause the crockery will
Time
knock him
running
out
out.
and bypass the entire fist
I
fight.
won't tell you anything, barbarian.
But for the sake of
Tell me
at
more.
least showing off one
Aye.
fist fight, I'll
Not
go
for
ahead and
all
piss
the
him
sand
off.
in the desert.
Achtung!
Whoops.
So, Dr. Jones, you fell right into my trap.
Oh shit! Yeah, that's what's gonna happen. So just gonna pause real quick here. Here's how the fist fighting works. Both Indy and the opponent have a health bar and a power bar. When this power bar fills up, when you swing a punch, it'll do more damage, but the power bar charges up every so often. Apparently, keyboard fist fighting is not working, so we have to resort to mouse fist fighting, where you have to click on the opponent either at the head, the chest, or the groin to do either a high, middle, or low punch. And then we can also block our opponent's punches by clicking on Indy in the same direction. All the enemies will block in the spot where they're going to punch, so they pretty much telegraph their punches. But we gotta be quick. There we go. Barely won that one.
Thank you for saving me from that infidel. What's your name?
Indiana Jones.
Really? The famous archaeologist. What brings you to North Africa?
I heard you know something about Atlantis. I'm looking for it.
Take my advice, Doctor, and give up. There are men who will kill to stop you.
You talking about Klaus Kerner?
You know the man, I see. He forced me to reveal the source of my Atlantean artifacts. He and his team are out in the desert, turning a modest discovery of mine into a major dig. They seem to have found an outpost of the Lost Kingdom, and they're stealing my treasures.
What were they doing here?
The dig site isn't enough to sate their greed. They want more. Now, since you saved my life, here's the map and a camel to speed you on your way. Meanwhile, Paul and I must alert the authorities.
Wait, what map? Which camel?
Yeah, now we're back to free reign of Omar's house.
He's unconscious.
Yeah, we won't have to worry about him.
It's a pot hanging by a thread.
But yeah, that was fist fighting.
Just a piece of bamboo.
I didn't realize that fist fighting would be so quick in this iteration. So yeah, we'll still pick up these statues, which we can use to bribe guards, and we'll use the bamboo stick on this hanging cloth.
The stick broke, but I got the map.
And there's our map. And the camels we can use. And it's the same deal as the Wits Path. We gotta ride by camel to Nordic nomad camps so that we can get directions on the map. Except instead of people on camels telling us to go back to the city, we now have Nazis on cars who we will have to fist fight in order to get past them.
Get back.
And it's more difficult to get past them, I think. Oh, there we go. Come on, come on. No, there we go. There we go. And it's the same idea in all three paths. We gotta talk to these nomads about the map.
What do you make of this map?
This X is to the south and to the east.
Thanks for the information.
So now we gotta head south and east. Try to bypass these Nazis.
Hello there.
Salam, Effendi.
What do you make of this map?
This X is a little to the south and to the east.
Thanks for the information.
Okay, so we gotta go east. Oh, lots of Nazis here. Gotta go to that oasis up there.
Hello there.
Salam, Effendi.
What do you make of this map?
You are very close to the site.
Oh, perfect.
This X is a little to the south. That's about it.
Oh, that's
Thanks
good.
for the information.
Okay, Oh, one of the Nazis actually got in there. I'm gonna save here in case I don't get it past these Nazis. There we go.
Looks like I lost those guys.
Alright, now we head over to the dig site.
Look what I found. An abandoned dig site.
Oh, it's not totally abandoned. 'Cause if we look over here, we'll see that there's a ladder that's connecting to a hot air balloon, and there's someone in there.
The dashboard's been ripped out. This truck isn't going anywhere.
Yeah, the truck's completely useless in the Fists Path.
The carburetor's been ripped out. This thing will never run again.
So we'll just try to walk over to this ladder here. Okay. And just like the other previous paths, we gotta feel our way through here. Except you'll notice there's no long hose where my cursor is at. But there is a clay thing,
There's a coppery bead in here.
which will have some more calcum in it. And there's also the peg. And we also can't forget our friend the ship rib. look at this.
It feels like a portable generator.
Turn on the generator. I think we just turn it on straight this time. Yeah, because it's already full of gas. There we go. Probably could have just turned on the generator first, and then we could have seen everything, but... Again, we got
It's a crumbling rock wall.
Got this crumbling rock wall, so we'll use this ship rib to dig it out.
There's a mural behind this crumbling rock.
And there's our map of Crete with a hole in the middle from the team's
It's
path.
a map of the island of Crete with a hole in the middle. Didn't I read about that in the Lost Dialogue?
Which we can use to peg in there. But we don't have the sunstone, which is a problem. We always came to this dig site totting around the sunstone, so how are we going to get a sunstone? Well, if you remember from the Wits path, this mural's here and we can push that round object.
Well now, here's something that Nazis missed. It's one of those discs I've been chasing after.
Voila, the sunstone.
It's a stone disc with solar images carved into it.
So let's slap that sunstone on here. And then we consult the Lost Dialogue of Plato, which it's this description again, which we need to put the sunstone to a sunset. Push the peg, and that opens that door.
Judging by the placement of the stone on this mural, I should head for Crete.
That you should. I think that closes the door. Yeah. Oops. We gotta do that all over again now. Gotta keep the peg in there.
Aha! Judging by the placement of the stone on this
Oh,
mural,
it actually repeats
I should head
it.
for Crete.
Yeah, we need to keep the sunstone at least. So if we head into the secret door, that just lets us out here.
Tough climb.
Halt!
Uh-oh.
Do you realize what you've done? You've dug an unauthorized hole.
Oh, shit. This guy's not a fist fight, but if we choose our words incorrectly, we're gonna die. And we'll get a game over.
I couldn't help it. The roof fell in.
Colonel Kerner is away on reconnaissance. If I were you, I'd think up a better story than that before he gets back.
Here's a story. It's called Using the Whip on Your Gun.
While you're standing there, let me show you a magic trick I learned.
You'll be sorry you did that, Americana.
Fist fight. Oh, got him with that one. There we go.
Too bad he doesn't have anything worth taking.
One thing I should also point out with the fist fighting, if you press the 0 key on the number pad, you'll do what's called a sucker punch, which instantly takes out your opponent, but you don't get any indie quotient points out of it. Yeah, it's all about those groin punches. And as for indie quotient points, if you press I on the keyboard, you see this. It tells you what path you're on, how many points you have, and how many points you've accumulated in your playthrough. Which, fun fact, in the original DOS version, doing this also dumped a file called IQ point on your hard drive, which stored this information. Now that we kicked his butt, we can now use this rope ladder.
Hey, there's a balloon up there.
And use that balloon. That balloon will help us get out of the dig site. And just like the other times that we've been on a balloon, we can vent hydrogen to descend counterclockwise and drop ballast to
Crete, here I come.
ascend. With the balloon, we'll slowly float our way over to Crete. And there we go.
He'll never fly again.
We're going to head over to the ruins of Nausius here, because in the Fist Path, this area is important again. Only the team in the Fist Path use the ruins. Head up here and grab the surveyor's instrument, because we need that.
It's a surveyor's transit, useful.
You'll notice in the background there's tall horns and stones. They're going to play a role shortly. Gotta go over into the ruins proper. This will take a while. And now we gotta go into these little doorways and find a mural that will tell us what to do. One of these doorways will have the mural. It's random with every playthrough. There it is.
It's an ancient diagram of some kind. There's a bull's head, horns, and tail. The lines appear to converge on that circle. Could the circle be one of the stone discs?
So yeah, as per the diagram, we got some tall horns here, a bull's head statue, and a bull's tail statue. And they converge onto a circle here. If we look outside, we see the horns, but we don't see the two statues. That's where these stones play in. We gotta look at these stones and find ones that are loose, and we can push those ones.
It's a pile of rubble.
So it's not that one. These two are not the ones. And then there's two here, and then there's two here. Gotta see which pair are loose.
It's a pile of rubble.
So it's definitely not these two.
It's a pile of rubble. The stones look loose. There's a statue here.
There we go. We'll push these ones as well.
There's a statue here.
Now we gotta use the transit on the statues. And then look for the transit. Which then we can now control the transit by moving the knobs. These ones fine-tune it while these ones go further. For the bull's head statue, we gotta put it on this horn.
I see the left horn.
Which then causes that to happen. So I'll take the transit, put it on the bull's tail statue, and we'll do that again, but this time we gotta align this guy on the right horn. And it has to line up like this.
I see the right horn. Hello, what's this?
Let's head over to the X and use our ship rib to dig it.
Hey, there's a stone disc down here. It's got a hole in the middle and little moons carved into the surface. It must be one of the moonstones Plato wrote about.
And there's our moonstone, which we need for the stone pedestal that's over at the other end of Crete. There's a stone pedestal. Use the sunstone and the moonstone on that. And we look at our dialogue of Plato. And we want to look at this entry right here. With the sun dying as a new moon is born. So we're going to put sunstone to setting sun. And moonstone to new moon.
What do you know? A secret door.
One thing I should point out. Oh.
You're trespassing on occupied territory.
How did he get in there when we had to use keys to get in? Gotta save here because this is another fist fight.
I've got a message for Colonel Kerner. Let me pass.
I'll deliver it myself. What's the message?
Go tell Kerner I'm willing to guide him to Atlantis.
We've already got one Americano working for us. That's about all we can stand.
An American working for you? Who's that?
Dr. Fräulein Hopgood, that's who. She's a hellish vixen, but when coaxed, she can be very useful.
Oh yeah? Try coaxing me.
With pleasure.
There we go, another fist fight. This guy likes being punched in the head, though. A couple groin shots in there. There we go.
He's unconscious.
Alright, let's grab those stones and head on inside.
So, the legend of a labyrinth hidden under the ruins of Knossos is true. The legend of Atlantis isn't any more far-fetched. Maybe it's true, too. I'll bet the last stone disc and Atlantis are waiting for me somewhere beyond that door.
Again, it's the same dealie as the other two paths. It's the labyrinth all over again, except for the Fists Path. It's crawling with Nazis. And we may have to fight our way through some areas. First, we're going to grab these statue heads, because we need these guys again as well. Use whip with this guy so we can grab them. Which, of course, effectively locks us inside, but that's irrelevant now. Alright, now we're going to get to that room with the slab. Yes, this room. And we'll use these statue heads with this. Just that. Then we'll head into this door. Because we do need that... I think the cane is in this one. And again, it's the same idea. This little platform is an elevator.
For all I know, it's the original Minotaur. I used to wonder why the Minoans were so obsessed with bull-headed figures. Come to think of it, I still wonder.
Knock this head off. And we can go down.
It's an elevator.
There's Sternhart's corpse again. Except this time the World Stone isn't anywhere near his corpse. Uh-oh.
Wait, that was my ride. It's our old friend, Professor Sternhart. Looks like he's starved to death. I guess he knew a lot more than he let on. But not enough to find a way out of here. It says,
I am convinced the map room lies beyond the chasm I couldn't cross. If only I weren't trapped down here.
too bad for Sternhart. He came a long way.
Yeah. Still has this staff, though.
It's a walking staff.
But yeah, no World Stone this time around, which is a shame. That means it's elsewhere. And then here's this gate, the pulley and the hole. And again, this is a team. This is only for the team path. We can't access it in the Wits or the Fists path.
How nice. Wait, there's a chain running up behind the waterfall. It must be holding the elevator's counterweight.
Alright, let's use that chain because that's our only way out of the area.
Ouch. I hate getting wet.
Again, I'm gonna dodge this little platform so it doesn't sink on us again. And we'll head into this door. And then we have to do the thing all over again where we have to go to the top. Use the staff to knock out a chalk. And then we have to go back down and jam the staff in a statue mouth to make the elevator function.
There, the counterweight is free. Going up?
And here's our good old gold box again.
There's an orichalcum bead underneath it. I'll take that too.
Except this time we only got one bead instead of 2 beads in the previous paths. But same idea. We can put the orichalcum in the box.
The orichalcum is now in the box.
And close it so that way when we get an orichalcum detector, the box will protect our stash. And as you can see here, it's a dead end. We'll need to go through the rest of the labyrinth so that way we can figure out where to go. At least I think that's what we have to do. It has been a while since I've been on the Fists path, so I'm not sure exactly where we're supposed to go. Oh, here we go. Yeah, this blocked doorway. We can open that.
There's a massive stone slab blocking the way. Doesn't seem to open. Sure is heavy. Did I hear it groan in protest? Did it move a little bit? Or is it my imagination?
We keep pushing.
Come on, fall over. Bingo.
There we go. Gonna save here. Now we have this chasm that we can't cross, but there's a stone outcropping.
There's got to be a way across. I wonder if that thing is anchored. I wonder if that thing is anchored securely.
Well, let's try using the whip with it. Yeah. Okay, now we'll save here because I completely forgot about that little section. Now we got to be careful from here on out because the deeper parts of this labyrinth will have Nazis in them that we have to pray we don't run into. Nothing in here. There is that doorway, but I think that leads to a possible encounter.
Strange necklace.
Just shoot her.
That Hapgood woman. What's that?
Uh-oh. Scratch one Nazi.
We'll bypass that one.
He's unconscious or dead.
Okay, cool. It took us there. So now we can head into this doorway, but as you saw, that there were 2 Nazis there, so we're more likely going to run into one of them. We just killed off one of them with that slab. Yep, there he is.
Shouldn't you be with the other foreign advisor? And where's Hans?
Other foreign advisor?
Yeah, that obnoxious Hapgood woman. Ach, How do I know you're really part of Kerner's expedition?
You don't.
Oh, he got some good shots in us. We gotta be quick. Uh-oh. I might be losing this one. Oh, that was close.
He's unconscious.
That was too close. I should probably point out the fist fighting does get a little difficult the further you get into the path. Alright, now things start to get a little more interesting. So now we get a lot of doors to go through. Some of them lead to Nazis, some of them don't.
Hey, you!
Like this one.
No civilians allowed in here.
Now wait a minute. Your shoelace is untied.
Where? Wait, these boots don't have any lasers.
Oh, I just ran away. I was going to try to do the sucker punch, but yeah, Indy's at low health at the moment. So it would probably help if we tried to avoid possible encounters. Oh, okay.
At ease, soldier. Keep up the good work.
So we're not going for that door, or those doors, or any of those doors.
What are you doing here?
Oh, another one.
Hans and Franz sent me.
You expect me to believe that?
Believe this.
Now, this guy has less health than the last couple guys, but he has a easier to charge up power bar. There we go. Save there.
Come forward, you.
Oh.
Explain yourself, won't be quick.
I'm looking for Atlantis.
That's a good one. For making me laugh, I will try to kill you quickly.
Oh.
He's unconscious.
Now here's a fight that we can do a puzzle to solve. Because this guy just happens to be standing underneath this sharp-looking rock.
It looks dangerously loose. Phew, a Stone Age weapon for a Stone Age guy.
There, one less Nazi to deal with. There he is.
He's dead.
Rip. Head to this doorway.
Godimas Igitur. V544, I smell American blood.
Whoa.
Godimas Igitur.
That's ominous.
Yodel-odel, yodel-odel. Godimas Igitur.
Both of those doors lead to
V544, I smell American blood.
a certain fella.
Yodel-odel. Give a little whistle.
There's this fella.
Musik denn, und du mein Schatz bleibst hier.
This guy is another one that we can fist fight, but as you can see, he's a pretty tough customer. He's actually near difficult to fist fight. He's got one of the biggest health bars in the game, and we can't sucker punch him. It's better to get rid of him through a puzzle.
Americano. Come and see. I won't hurt you.
Starts off friendly, but if we pick our words wrong, we will end up in a fist fight.
Know any good drinking tunes?
Maybe. Let me think. 99 bottles of beer on the wall?
Ah, that's a good one. I'll be on your way.
There we go. He's letting us pass.
Godimas Igitur.
We're gonna head to this doorway because we have to do the puzzle to get rid of him. Sadly.
You know, I can't put my finger on it, but this boulder looks vaguely familiar.
Reference from first movie. We're gonna use the ship rib with this boulder.
I'll just lever this thing over the edge and... Oh no, the ship rib broke. Looks like I'm trapped.
No.
The doorway is blocked.
We're gonna go in through this way again. Save here, because he's gonna bug us again.
Know any more songs?
Gee, tough question. By a waterfall?
Not manly enough. Now I'll have to amuse myself by tearing your head off.
Try singing So Long, It's Been Good to Know You.
Yeah, we don't want to deal with him.
That boulder is wedged into the doorway. It's too heavy to push.
Then I go wandering among some mountains high. Godimas Igitur.
Oh, now I know how. Yeah, since we lost our good friend the ship rib, we need to find another way to leverage that boulder. And I completely forgot that we can pick up this stalactite.
It's a wedge-shaped piece of rock. Sure is heavy.
It's heavy, but that's what we'll use to get that boulder out.
The doorway is blocked. Well, it shattered my rock wedge. But it worked. Ouch.
And there goes Anton. Or Arnold, I mean. Yeah, he's named Arnold.
He's dead. There's an amber fish on a string in his pocket.
Nope.
He also had a couple of orichalcum beads. I'll put them in the box too.
Now we have our orichalcum detector.
Come on, door, move!
And there's the map room.
Well, either Atlantis is a lot smaller than I thought, or I found some kind of map or scale model. Laid out just as Plato described it, in 3 concentric circles.
But we're still missing a world stone, so we can't access this map room for once. We have obtained an orichalcum detector, though, so how about we try it out?
It's not pointing anywhere.
He's just taking a nap. Yeah, that's going to be a very long nap underneath that boulder.
It's not pointing anywhere. Well, that's funny. It's pointing downward.
Oh. We could talk to the pit here.
Hey, down there.
Indy, is that you? I was asleep.
Oh, Sophia.
Sophia, what are you doing down there?
What do you think, you moron? I'm a prisoner. Get me out!
I'll see what I can do.
We can use our whip.
Thanks.
I guess you finally got on Kerner's nerves, huh?
I don't want to talk about it, but look what I found down there.
It's the World Stone Sternhardt nabbed in Tikal.
Very good, Doctor.
There. Now we can use the map room. And now Sophia's with us.
Listen,
Yes?
what do we do now?
Let's keep looking for a way out of here.
Which she responds
Follow me.
no differently than
Lead the way.
in the team path. I thought she had some different dialogue options. So now we'll head over to this pin, get our stones on there. So the good old dialogue of Plato, which again we need the Western Sea. So you on setting sun, moonstone on new moon, and the city on the Western Sea, or the World Stone. Should probably point out again that the lost dialogue of Plato is random with every playthrough. Not only on what collection it's in, but also what position you need to put the stones in. Oh, there's that one door opened. The middle one opens from the team path. This one here opens on the Wits path, and here's the Fists path door, which we'll go through now.
Sophia, take a look at this.
According to the inscription, the arrow on this pedestal is pointing north towards the lesser colony of Atlantis.
The nearest landmass up north is a volcanic island called Thera.
Well then, that's our next stop.
There we go. And there's also an exit.
Let's move on.
I don't know how they get to Farah, but okay. Oh, airplane.
Here we are, Thera. The whole island is the rim of an extinct volcano. There's a Greek scholar named Marinathos who claims the place exploded in 1600 BC and wiped out civilization all over the Mediterranean.
Kind of like Krakatoa.
Exactly, only bigger. Maybe it wiped out Atlantis as well.
It's useless to speculate. What's our plan?
We could talk to the locals.
That's a good idea.
So now we're on Thera. There's no balloon. And there's also no port authority, but there is a fellow on a ship there. We're going to head over this way first. Because we can still go to this pathway from the dock.
Hey! Where are you going?
I want to see if our friend Kerner has been here.
I'll wait here.
Didn't realize that she wasn't going to follow us. That dig site we saw in the Wits path should be in one of these
Nothing here.
path or these gap,
Nothing here.
notch, or cleft, which are random in each playthrough. There we go. Now we can see that the entrance has collapsed, so we can't go into the lesser colony proper.
Looks like the collapsed entrance to an underground chamber. Who knows? Maybe it led to a plain old empty wooden box.
Nothing on the wooden box, and we got this vent here. But we also see a truck here.
It's a German army truck with a missing tire. Kerner must have been here.
Oop. There is
It's a tire repair kit.
Yeah, there's a tire repair kit that we can definitely use.
It's a German army truck with a missing tire. Kerner must have been here.
Nothing else in this place, though. So now we'll head back to the dock. I guess we'll try talking to the sailor.
Ahoy there.
Ahoy yourself. If it's salvage work you need, I'm your man. No job too big, no job too small.
Have you seen any suspicious visitors?
I did see some German gentlemen a while back, but not recently.
You ever hear of Atlantis?
Of course, and dragons and mermaids and...
I want to go there. Can you take us?
To Atlantis? I can't go anywhere that's not marked on my charts. Where exactly do you expect to find it?
Darn, I can't remember.
In that case, I can't help you.
Oof. We gotta look at the lost dialogue Plato here. Because we have to tell that captain how far we need to actually get out. I don't think that actually helps. I
Ahoy there.
Guess we need to figure out.
What do you want?
Can you take us to Atlantis?
If I knew where it was, I could. Where exactly do you want to go?
25 miles from here.
In what direction?
Southwest of Thera.
Do you know where that puts us? Since you don't seem to know, I'll tell you. In the middle of the ocean.
Yeah?
Do you have a diving suit or something?
Yes, but there's a hole in it. Are you sure you know what you are doing?
Yes, of course.
All right, Mr. All-American Explorer type, let's find Atlantis. Just remember, if it sank like they said it did, I claim the salvage rights. I've asked you lovers. We've arrived.
Are you sure?
Exactly where you wanted to go. There's a diving suit in one of the lockers. The rest is up to you.
Alrighty.
Aren't you going to help?
I'm against helping anyone into an early grave. From now on, you're on your own.
So much for him, then. Well, let's open.
It's a convenient place to stow things.
Let's open that up.
It's an old diving suit. Uh-oh, there's a small hole in it.
No worries, we got the tire repair kit. They'll fix that.
There, good as new, almost. I'm not putting that on. There's no air supply. It's an air compressor. That doesn't seem to work. Doesn't seem to open. I'm not putting that on. There's no air supply. That doesn't seem to work.
Okay, what are we supposed to do?
Doesn't seem to open.
No, okay, pull it.
That doesn't seem to work. That doesn't seem to work.
Oh, the air
I
hose.
can use it to pump air to the suit.
As I said, it's been a while on this path.
It's a repaired diving suit with an air hose attached. I can't move at all in this thing. You'll have to get me into the water, Sophia.
Now we have control over Sophia.
It's an air compressor. I hope this canvas relic holds together. It's a device to lift heavy objects. Better turn that compressor on first.
Ah.
Watch that hook.
Okay, okay.
Nothing. I must have picked the wrong coordinates. Take us back, Captain.
I don't know why I let you hook me into that trip.
It's the lure of the unknown. Take my word for it. Here we are again. Hey,
Yes?
I wonder what the coordinates of Atlantis really are.
Maybe Plato's lost dialogue will help.
I wonder what Kerner found up in the hills.
I've read there were tunnels connecting Atlantis to her colonies. Maybe he found one. Looks like we're in a real race.
Ahoy there.
You again. What do you want?
Let's go.
Fine by me. Where are we going?
27 miles from here.
In what direction?
South of Thera.
Are you sure you know what you are doing?
Yes, of course.
I guess we can try again. If we get lucky, I'll be rich. All right, we're in position. Exactly where you requested. Go to it.
Alright, let's hope this is the right one.
It's a repaired diving suit with an air hose attached. Sophia, would you do the honors?
Better turn that compressor on first.
Here I go again.
Better luck this time.
There we go. Now Indy's got to walk into one of these,
Hey, what happened? Don't
Oh.
stop. Atlantis is right below me. Uh-oh. What's that shadow pulling alongside the boat?
Kerner! Perfect. Another slimy creature oozing up from the depths.
Now, Fräulein Hapgood, I have no wish to shoot you. Don't make me change my mind.
What mind?
I see you've acquired some bad manners from your friend Charles. Where is he, may I ask?
Back on Thera. You'll never find him.
Really? What do you say, Captain?
I brought them both like you told me, Herr Colonel. I tried to keep Jones from diving, but he's a very determined man.
Now he's a dead man. One rude archaeologist is quite enough for my purposes.
oh,
Whoa!
now we gotta be quick in finding that
Oh
entrance.
boy, I've got maybe 3 minutes of air in my suit. Better start hiking.
Oh,
Sure feels good to
perfect.
be out of that diving suit.
Managed to find Atlantis in the first go.
Amazing. I must be hundreds of feet below sea level, yet there's enough air pressure to keep the water out. It's impossible. Except if that were really true, I'd be dead.
Just like as we did with the Wits path, we gotta feel our way around. Which there's a ladder here. We can use that ladder on this rocky incline
The ladder
here.
is in place.
Open up the box.
Hey, it opens.
Pick up the metal rod and then use one of our orichalcum beads in the rod to get some light source. And here we are back in Atlantis again.
It's closed.
And with that, that's the end of the Fists Path. So there, we completed all 3 paths, and all that's left now to do is to show off the alternate ending to this game. Because in my broadcast yesterday, I completed the game with the regular ending, and there is an alternate ending with this game, depending on how you handle Sophia when she gets possessed by Nurab Sal later on in Atlantis. And I think I'm going to save that for tomorrow's stream. I will now save here, and I'm going to call it a night. See, you're still in here, Science. I appreciate you sticking around watching. But yeah, I'm going to end the stream for tonight here. I'll have another stream tomorrow night, probably a little earlier. Thanks for tuning in, Science. And you have a good night.